So this is going to sound a lot like something you've heard already, right? If you think about it, if we can add and subtract functions, can't we multiply and divide functions? Of course we can, right? So this is going to be very, very similar to the add and subtract one because take a look at this. Let me show you. Okay, it says we can multiply and divide functions algebraically, numerically, or graphically. Basically the same thing that we can do with adding and subtracting. Most important here to realize is this. If you have two functions like f of x and g of x, they can be combined again to form a new function. But the new function this time is going to be based on multiplication and division. There's the multiplication of the two things. There's the division of the two things. Look out though. Look for this alternate way of writing things. F times g of x or f over g of x. Those are in there. So I threw that from your textbook, put that in there just to kind of remind you that, yeah, sure, when you're multiplying, it can be listed like this. When you're dividing, it can be listed like that. So, okay, let's take a look at domains and ranges. Now think about it. The last time we did this, the domain and range was dependent upon each function, all right? So the domain of the combined function, of course, is based on the two functions. The range, same. Always get it off the graph. Way too easy to do. Okay, here's the only thing that is extra now, other than the idea of now you're multiplying and dividing. Here's the only thing that's extra. Since this guy's in the denominator, guess what? Non-permissible values. Yes, you're going to get some non-permissible values that you're going to have to figure out first. And if you remember things from Math 20-1, a non-permissible value usually ends up being some kind of asymptote, okay? And there's going to be lots of them in this one. All right, so stay tuned for the next podcast when we start looking at some real serious multiplication division.